right, in the last video, I talked about how to create a listing from scratch in Listing Builder. In this video, we're going to talk about what if it already exists in Amazon and you are just going to go ahead and re-optimize it because you had never imported it to Listing Builder before. Here is how you're going to do that. The first button you're going to want to click here is Add a Listing. Once you get to Add a Listing, you're going to hit here, Optimize your listing. Now, before I continue, I just want to make sure that you guys understood something. In that last video where it was create from scratch, remember, that is if it's not here in Seller Central. All right. Now, once you had created that one from scratch, what you would have had to do is do inventory and add a product. All right. And then go ahead and go through this process of adding a product not sold on Amazon. All right. But in this video, we're assuming that you already went through that process. All right. And here are all of the listings in the Project X account. If I've only got 20 here, so it's probably easy, or I got a little more than 20 here, but it's probably easy for me to go in and to find the listing here just by scrolling. But if you're somebody who's got like 50 or 100 listings, you might want to start typing in here the title or the ASIN or the SKU so that it can come up. Like, let's say I wanted to find my coffin shelf. I just type coffin and press enter, and then anything that has the keyword coffin in it is going to come up here. This one here sorts it by newest or oldest or A to Z. It depends on how you want to sort it. Now, something that's important is, a lot of you guys have multiple SKUs for one ASIN. Those are going to show up here. But the reason why you would have multiple SKUs is because maybe you have one fulfilled by merchant listing and one fulfilled by Amazon. Like, for example, let me show you guys the coffin shelf here. I have two SKUs. Now, it's important that the one that you are editing is the one that is the original one. All right, the original one. For example, if you're not sure which one you create first, just have this field open in Seller Central, date created, and make sure you do the one that you created first, because that's like the master for that ASIN. All right. So here, like, for example, let me just copy this ASIN. If I copy this ASIN and I'm searching for it in here, it's probably going to come up twice. Let's take a look here. Here it is twice. But what I would do is I would like, okay, this is the one I created first, so I'm not going to edit this one. I'm going to optimize this right here. All right, so I'm going to hit optimize, and it's going to bring me to this window here. Now, here is where the same thing you guys learned in the previous video. Make sure to watch that previous video because I talk about how to import keywords. Let me just pick, let me just enter my own list instead of having my list of keywords. I'm just going to put coffin shelf and Gothic decor, just so you guys can get the hang of it. I'll add it to my bank, and then I'm going to go to next. Now, what it did was it pulled in here the front end of the listing. So if you had a description, it would have imported here. Now, notice here that your search terms and subject matter did not populate. Now, some listings do not show subject matter. There'll be an extra video on that. But if you know you have search terms, let me tell you, this is only pulling in the front end of your listing. So that's why this is blank. So how would I pull this in? I would go to my listing here in Seller Central. I'd hit edit, and then I would go to the keyword section and copy the search terms manually and stick them right in here and paste it. If I had subject matter, which I obviously don't, as you can see here, there's no subject matter here, I would copy and paste this here as well. For the description, if you had A+ content, like we do, and you have the back end on the description, it's not visible in front end, I would have to do the same thing here. So I would put this description. Here's the description. This does not show on our listing anymore. This is just used for indexing. So I would copy all of this, and then I would go ahead and paste it into the description here. It says that here that I have some HTML here. So we would definitely want to get rid of the HTML code right here. Again, we went over this in the previous video, but this is the generated search volume from my phrases here, because I have these phrases, as you can see right here in my listing. And then this just shows some of the best practices for my listing. Now, what is important here is that now I'm going to be able to sync this to Amazon. All right. When I created the listing from scratch in the previous video, there was no button up here to sync, because first I have to link it, which I'm going to show you guys how to do. But here, I can just sync to Amazon. There's going to be a special video just for that because it's very important that you watch that video before you hit this button. There's a lot of things that you need to know. But anyways, this already pulled in all of my listing that was currently there. So let's say I had tons of new keywords here that I noticed were not in my listing. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to start going in here and optimizing my listing. And then once I'm done, I'm going to hit sync and it's going to overwrite my listing that is currently on Amazon. So that's how you can optimize an existing listing on Amazon. Make sure to check out the next video because I'm going to talk about a little bit more. What if you have these extra bullet points, or what if you have this A+ content?
Anh chị đang bán hàng trên Amazon. Skyrock cung cấp các dịch vụ dành cho các nhà bán hàng trên Amazon với mức giá cực kỳ ưu đãi như đăng ký brand với USPTO, từ HELIUM10, từ trường Scout, logistics và warehouse. Xem thêm thông tin chi tiết dưới phần mô tả nhé.